Hey everybody, Doug again with FRL. So today we're going to do a real quick video, nothing crazy, about our 2016 Chevy 2500 LT. We've had the truck for 6 years now. It has been a workhorse, nothing overly fancy about it, but let's go through it. Ignore how dirty it is. We haven't gotten it down to the car wash yet. We'll do that later today, and we're going to be cleaning all the salt and everything off it, getting the plows off. So we'll take a quick look around the outside. See, it's got tow mirrors. They are manual, they're not automatic. Right now we are running, they're about 34 inches, they're Duratracs. They've been real good in the snow. Before that we did have Mickey Thompsons, but they were just too expensive. So we went with the Duratracs. They did real well in this last storm. Also have upgraded wheels. This was my daily driver until the Ford came in that we did a video on recently. So this is an LT version. It is a work truck and it'll remain one. Right now it's outfitted with a Boss XV2 V-blade. It's 8'6", and it did very well in that last storm. We were testing it out. This is the 6.5 foot bed. We've got a back rack with our light on top of it, toolbox, tonneau cover. Tonneau doesn't fit overly well. It's off another truck, but it works to generally keep things dry. So from the back, you can see we've got the tailgate lettered. We do have a Boss Drag Pro on the back of the truck. It does fantastic. It's 8 feet when boxed. It opens up to 12 feet. It'll move a ton of snow, which I'll throw a picture up of. This thing is phenomenal. As far as I know, there's no other ones in North Jersey. I could be wrong. I know when I bought it, it was the only one, but it does a great job. We picked it up at York Trailer in Butler, which is the town that we're in, and they were great with it. You can see the hookups in here. You've got 2 pins that go through to hook this up real nice and quick. 2 sets of wires, also nice and quick. The bed right now is a mess. You can see we've still got all of our shovels and stuff from the storm. Front plow, same deal. We've got 2 hookups there. You've got the pins that slide in. It runs the minute mount system. It's very quick to hook up and disconnect as long as you do it right. The V-blade compared to the straight blade that we also have, the straight blade's good, but it's so much less time. You get a lot more done with a V-blade. It's something we're most likely going to be sticking with. This is the straight blade. This is what's normally on it. It's an HDX. They're about the same age. This one's been good. We've had it for probably 4 years now, and it does the job. The V-blade's just better. Only thing the V-blade needs is a new cutting edge. All right, so now we're inside the Chevy. I turned the key just so you can see everything lit up. Obviously got a small touch screen right there. Does its job, nothing fancy. Instrument cluster, you've got a tiny LCD screen. The rest is all analog. Controls on the steering wheels. Got our 4-wheel drive over there. We do actually have to kick it out of 4-wheel drive next time we're driving. These are our plow controls. We've got a holder for the phone. The controller on the left is for the front Fisher blade. The nice thing with that is the mounts, the controller, and all the wiring work for either plow that we have here right now. And then the controller that's red in the center, that's for the Boss Drag Pro. Normally you'd want to keep the plows the same brand, but it just happened that we ended up with the Drag Pro, so this is what we have for now. They work well together. Last storm, it really saved us a bunch of time. Like I said, the truck is a mess right now. It's going to get fully cleaned. Here's the driver's seat. Inside the door, we've got storage for different things like gloves. You can see the power controls for the driver's seat. Heated seat there too. We do have some tears in the seat. We'll put seat covers on. Like I said, the truck's 6 years old. Back seat area, we have some more things in the doors. Seating for 6 in here. The front seat is a fold down, very basic. Keep a cooler for water bottles, stuff like that. Keep the guys hydrated. Overhead light switch plugs in right there in the back. Underneath the seat, we have a set of jumper cables, some stuff for weed whackers. Passenger seat. You can see the bench seat right there. When this was the truck I was driving all the time, I did have a piece of wood in the center that was more like a mount to hold a bunch of different things. At this point, we don't need that anymore. Got some storage. We have a headlamp for when we're out when it's dark, especially with leaf cleanups. There's also, looks like a pair of the Bluetooth headphones that we provide in there. We did splurge a little bit when we got the truck. Like I said, this is the lower model of the LT, but we decided to put heated seats on both sides. Passenger seat is manual. The driver's seat is power. Then the other side, the back seat, we've got some bug spray in there, notebook, another set of ear muffs. We always keep a charger for our DeWalt batteries in here. And of course, we always have our first response land pens. We also have business cards in here. So anybody who knows this truck knows that we've had constant problems with the exhaust. Just a quick shot. You've got the Ranger over here. You can see that. That'll be a video that's coming up soon. It's a 2005 Ranger, and it's got a ramp system on the back. This is the Mowing Go, not the ramp rack. We went with this just because at the time it was cheaper, and it's fantastic, especially for the push mowers that we put on it. So we got the truck in January of 2017, and we've really put it through its paces. We have made this truck do everything. Anything we want it to, it will get it done. We've got a 7,000 pound mowing trailer. It'll tow that. It'll tow our dump trailer, which it maxes out at 12,000. Not saying we've never put more in it. Sometimes with stone, gets a little bit heavy, but the truck will pull whatever we put behind. And obviously we've got our snow plows too. Originally we had the 8-foot Fisher HDX straight blade. That's been on the front for 3-4 years now. We also have a Boss Drag Pro. This is the second or third season that we've had that. Both plows are great. They both weigh between 700 900 pounds. So it's a lot of weight on the truck. The truck barely even feels them. So when you get something, what's the best way to test it? It's to do stuff. We've had the truck 6 years now. At this point, we would know what it can and can't do. And honestly, like I said earlier, it does everything we ask. It does become a dog if you're pulling a heavy load up a hill, but it's still going to pull it up the hill. We have never had the truck stop. We've never had to back down. It might do 2-3 miles an hour, but it's going to get you there. So the first question you might ask, why a Chevy? So back in 2016, 2017, I had an F-150. It was great. It was a 2013, basically got the job done, was looking for something a little bit bigger. Best deal out there at the time was for the Chevy. So we picked that up at Schumacher Chevy in Little Falls. The main reasons that we went with this one were the motor and the transmission combo. I know plenty of people who have these Chevys with the 6-liter gas engine and they go forever. I know people with 300,000 miles on them and with a gas motor that's really saying something. It's a beast. It'll move. It's not fast. It's not something you're going to take out on the highway and just fly, but we know it's a proven motor. It's been there forever. This was before they switched to the 6.6 gas. And honestly, we really didn't need the diesel. I understand people are going to argue that diesel's better. Duramax Allison combo is great, but that's just not what we needed. And this thing will move a house. Like I said before, it will pull anything that you put behind it. Obviously, if it's something that's 100,000 pounds, that's different. You need big stuff for that. But anything reasonable that we need to move, it's going to do. Overall, the things that we really changed, we obviously added the snow plows. We had to change the rear tow hitch. That was really just for the Boss Drag Pro. It's got its own special hitch that I showed in this video. The other things that we changed, we did level the truck out so that it sat flat. We put bigger tires on it. As I said earlier, we had Mickey Thompson Bajas. When we switched over to this truck being a work truck and me driving the Ford day-to-day, the Bajas were basically shot. So we put Duratrax on this. They do great in the snow. We used it the other day. As I said, we were out plowing for our first storm of the year in New Jersey. Might be our only one. We'll see how that goes. But the Duratrax are great. They do everything we need it to, especially with the weight hanging off the front and the back of the truck. It just digs right in and goes. The only other real stuff, we did put WeatherTech floor mats in just because we knew we were going to be using the truck for work. They're great. They're custom measured to the spaces that they're going to fit into. And then we did put a custom exhaust on it several times. We went to a local shop. They are well known for their exhausts, and I'll tell you what, I will never do that again. I will leave exhausts stock the way they should be. Sure, it's nice being loud, but after 6 years, and honestly for probably the last year, we haven't really had an exhaust on this truck because it kept rusting out. I've had probably 5 or 6 times where I've had to go back to have stuff re-welded, had the entire system redone because it just kept rusting, completely falling off the truck. At this point, we are to the point that both tailpipes coming out the back are gone, and recently, hooking up the plows a couple weeks ago, the muffler fell off of the truck. So we currently have the exhaust coming off the engine, goes to the catalytic converters, and there's a 3-inch pipe that comes off of that that's just sitting there waiting for a new exhaust. I love the sound of a loud truck, but honestly, this has made me think either get a bolt-on kit or just leave things stock. Custom sounds great, but that is definitely the biggest mistake I made with this truck. So all in all, the truck is a beast, like I said before. I'm not going to make this a long drawn-out video. Appreciate that you're still watching. Would I buy this truck again? Yes, 100%. For a work truck. I love my Ford. I love driving that every day. It's much more comfortable, and I know that the trim levels are completely different. The new truck is a 22 F250 Lariat. This is a 2016 Chevy 2500 LT. So it's not even remotely comparable, but as a work truck, the Chevy LT is fantastic. The only thing that I would actually really change about this truck, when I bought it, I got it with the snowplow prep package, and to me, I thought that meant everything was going to be ready for snowplows. I didn't realize it was a single battery. That's something that I caught pretty quickly, but I didn't notice it at the time. If I I were to get another one right off the bat, I would make sure it has dual battery. The only time we see issues would be if we're out doing snow and I'm trying to move both plows at the same time. It's a huge electrical draw, and you know, sometimes you do have issues with that, but probably this summer we'll put the second battery in. We won't have that problem anymore, and in the future I know that. So to close it out, like I said, it's a great truck. Love the thing. It's got about 65,000 miles on it, maybe a little bit more now. It's not getting used much because we're in the off season, but as soon as spring hits, it'll be out there on the road every day. Would definitely buy it again if I was looking for another work truck, and I'm excited to see how long this one will last. So if you've watched this far, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you make a decision. If you're interested in learning more about the F250 that we did a video on a couple weeks ago, that'll be popping up over here on my left, your right. Take a look at that video. It's pretty cool. That truck is awesome. Like I said, we appreciate you watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment what you think about the truck. We'd love to talk to you. And right up here, here's your next video. Take a look.